Welcome to the Owatonna Today Show. I'm Shelley Whitehead. Thanks so much for joining us here on this very cold Monday. Hopefully you'll be able to stay inside and stay warm. We do want to thank you so much for joining us right here on Charter Channel 8, where you can see us 6 days a week. If for some reason you can't catch us there, you can always find us on the internet. We are on YouTube, blip.tv, and Facebook. So like us on Facebook, and then Leanne will upload the most recent episode right to your newsfeed. It's an easy way to keep a contact with what's going on in your community. Make sure you do check that out and like us on there. Let us know what you think about the show. That's the nice thing about us at the Owatonna Today Show, is we are interested in finding out what you have to do and what's going on in your community. So if you've got something going on, an event, something fun that you'd like to have us highlight, all you got to do is send us an email at owatonnatoday@charter.net or give Leanne Alt a call. She's our producer, 390-5751, and let us know what you'd like to see, and we will see what we can do. Stay with us this morning as we're going to be talking with Kiwanis as well as some people from St. Mary's, talking about Catholic schools right here on the show. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Jody Voisin with the staff at Fairview Animal Medical Center, your other family doctor. Fairview Animal Medical Center is a proud supporter of the Owatonna Today Show.
If clothing catches fire, stop, drop, and roll. If your clothes catch on fire, do not panic and run. This only fans the fire. Stop where you are, drop to the ground, and roll over and over to smother the flames. Cover your face with your hands to protect your eyes and your throat and lungs from the burns. This has been a safety tip from the Owatonna Fire Department.
Hi, my name is Dave Olson and I'm with R&K Electric, where we provide power to the people. We're proud supporters of the Owatonna Today Show.
And we are back with the Owatonna Today Show. It's time to talk about the benefits of Catholic school and celebrate Catholic schools with Catholic School Week. And I have with me Sharleen Berg, Grace Pick, and Larry Ostermeier. Good morning.
Good morning.
You guys made it.
Yes, we did.
It was a struggle to get out of bed this morning, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Especially when you don't have school today because of
Yes.
the QSL. But we really appreciate you coming in and talking about this. So let's start with you, Sharleen.
Sure.
Let's introduce yourself and tell us a
Sure.
little bit about yourself.
My name is Shelley Berg, and I am the library media specialist at St. Mary's School. So I work in the library with the print materials and also the computer lab with the electronic materials with kids kindergarten through 6th grade, and then I offer support for the junior high students and staff.
Okay, good. Grace?
I'm Grace Pick. I'm an 8th grader at St. Mary's School, and I'm in soccer and gymnastics. And yeah.
The end. I'm sure there's much more, but that's a good start. All right, Larry?
I'm Larry Ostermeier, and I'm the music teacher at St. Mary's. I've been there for 15 years, and I teach K through 8.
Okay, good. Well, Sharleen, let's start with you. Let's talk about this. First of all, why is there a National Catholic School Week?
Yeah, National Catholic Schools Week, as in the title is national, it's a way to celebrate the benefit of being able to work with religion and academics together. And it's a great way for us to thank the community by offering service and celebrating our faith together as a St. Mary's community and in the Owatonna Greater community. And the theme this year is Catholic Schools Community of Faith and Service.
I think that when we were younger, there wasn't a need for this kind of week necessarily because there was a much more stronger faith-based just around normally, and things have changed a little bit. So this is kind of a way to kind of educate people about the schools themselves and what benefits they bring.
Yes, that's true. That is true. And it's been a real nice opportunity for us to gather as a staff and student community and look at what we can do to be the hands and feet of Jesus and bring that to the Owatonna Greater community.
When you talked about the theme being about being in the community, what are some of the things that the school does that shows that they care about the community and want to help?
Sure, we have a lot of service opportunities, and for instance, we have students who make caring cards for those in infusion therapy at the hospital, and we have lots of junior high students. And maybe Grace, you could talk a little bit about some of the service opportunities the kids participate in. We have lots of service hours required. Our students in the junior high are required to do so many service hours per year, and I think by the time they graduate from St. Mary's School, they have almost 4,000 hours of service.
Wow.
And I'm maybe, Larry, you can help me a little bit with some of the extra things we do. We have blanket drives and coat drives and food drives. We look beyond the Owatonna community also, and when there are natural disasters, we come together and we provide some things for them also.
Well, Grace, let's go a great segue into talking to you. Wow, 4,000 hours. That's just you, not everybody, right? Because that's an amazing thing. And so you, like you said, you are in gymnastics and you're in soccer, so you're busy already. And then they say, hey, you got to do service stuff too. Let's talk about, first of all, what are some of the service things that you do?
Well, I serve at Mass, and we just had a service project, which we made blankets for beds for kids. So we made Tide blankets, and it's a fun way. Like, usually you don't think of it as service. You think about it as just having fun, doing something for the community.
Yeah.
So we have to get 13 hours per trimester, and we have 3 trimesters. But most of us, we usually go over 13. So.
Well, and so the school does a good job of giving you opportunities.
Yeah.
You don't have to go dredge them up yourself, that kind of thing. That would be a little bit harder work. So so you're in 8th grade. You've done this for many trimesters now. What has been one of your most favorite projects that you've gotten to do?
I really like beds for kids. I just like making Tide blankets.
Yeah.
And I remember in 6th grade, we always do a service project through Catholic Schools Week. And so this was the first year that we did this, remembering most of it. And it just kind of stuck in our brain because I've done this 3 years as my service project, and I just always thought it was fun.
Yeah, kind of nice to be able to sit and chat while you're with your friends while you're making those blankets.
Yeah.
Do you guys do it as a group, or do you do it in your homes, or?
Well, my last 2 I did at my house as my own personal service project, but 6th grade we did as a whole grade.
Okay.
So
cool. So what do you think? It's kind of hard, from your age to kind of see, but what are some of the benefits that you can see from yourself of doing this service stuff, where some kids may not do that kind of thing? What do you see as kind of...
You appreciate what you have more. Then once you start helping out the community, you really appreciate what you have, and giving back just kind of helps you remember that.
So you see kind of some of the people who maybe have needs, and you're grateful for what you have.
Yeah.
When you're going off into the high school next year, so do you see yourself continuing doing some of these just service as best you can?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, I always put a smile on my face when I do it, and my friends and I really enjoy doing it, so I think we will.
Good. Well, Larry, let's talk to you a little bit about the school itself. She's talked about, from her own perspective, how things have gone. Makes her a little bit more grateful. But having been at the school for 15 years, you've seen many service projects come and go through the classes. What have you seen as a benefit of some of these projects through the school?
Well, I think our school is about faith and service, and before I was a teacher there, my kids went to that school, so it's always been an important thing to our family. I just think that having that basis of faith with our community helps in so many aspects. It helps the students out, the staff is enriched by that faith base, and it helps us to reach out into the community. And the service projects that they do are just phenomenal. The kids are always busy. And it's not really, some of the things might be generated by the faculty, but really a lot of our service projects are generated right from the kids' ideas. Mm-hmm. And so it's really fun to see what they start, what ideas they have, how they carry them out. And I think that really helps build, it just gives them some ways to start out, a chance to grow and be more productive, and then things that they can carry on in their adult lives.
Well, and I love that there's the basis of the students actually coming up with those ideas, because if they're doing it now, they'll continue to do that in their life, whereas if they just do what they're told all the time, they won't have that ability to think for themselves. They'll be able to kind of look for those service opportunities around them instead of being just told what to do.
Exactly. Yeah. And what we see a lot is that a lot of our students go on into high school and they're in student council. They're very active in school, and luckily we have students that come back and visit us that in college, the service is still a continued part of their lives, and so it's fun to see them grow and into adulthood and continue that idea of faith and service.
Yeah. Well, and what's interesting, Sharleen, is that there's some people who come to your St. Mary's who are not Catholics.
Correct.
But they love what I think what he just said about being able to continue this service idea and thinking beyond yourself. So
Yes.
tell me a little bit about those who, if somebody's interested in maybe being a part of this, they don't have to be Catholic
Correct.
to come to the school.
Right.
Tell us a little bit about the school itself and who can be involved.
Sure. We have students of many faiths, many religions, in our school, and we do celebrate a weekly mass, and we have students attend the masses also with us. We have a K-8 environment, and so there's a lot of work with, we call them spirit groups, where like Grace would be involved in a spirit group. She's a leader, and we integrate all the grades in that, and we do things spiritually together. We pray, we have big assemblies, and we sing, and we worship together that way also. So there are lots of ways outside of the traditional Catholic Mass for students to celebrate their faith.
And Grace, what's one thing that if you were to talk to somebody who's maybe thinking about going to St. Mary's, maybe they have a kindergartner, what would be a benefit? Because have you been in there since kindergarten? Have you been in?
No, well, I used to live in Kentucky,
Oh,
and so I
okay.
came here in 3rd grade.
Okay.
But, I mean, just the teachers are great. Like, it's nice having that personal, intimate sort of feeling. Just because I know at the junior high they have more than 20 kids in the classroom.
Yeah.
And that's a lot to have in our classroom is 20 kids.
Yeah.
So the nice one-on-one sort of feeling.
So you kind of feel like you a little more intimate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big. Larry, what is one thing that you would like to say about the Catholic schools that's maybe impacted your life?
Well, I always say that if you really want to know what our school is about, attend one of our school masses. Every Wednesday we attend church, and it's really fun to see the kids in a leadership role. They pretty much lead the service, and that feeling of faith and the bonds that we have together just come together at church. But there's so much more too. Our staff has just been so fun to work with. They're very educated, many with master's degrees, very dedicated, and you'll never see our teachers leaving at 3:30 like in some other instances.
Yeah, no, they're working
And
hard.
it's inspiring to be in a community like that where everyone wants to make the best of their lives.
Well, thank you so much for your time today. Really appreciate it. So Catholic School Weeks, you can check that out. I'm sure there's more information on the website to
Yes.
check that out and kind of see what's going on. We'll be right back. Please stay with us.
Hi, my name is Dave Efforts with TPS Insurance. We're here to handle all your insurance needs. We are a very proud supporter of the Owatonna Today Show.
I didn't just want another job, I wanted a career, so I expressed myself.
I was new to town and I didn't know where to turn for a job, so I decided to express myself.
I decided to express myself, and they helped find the right career for me.
Express Employment Professionals is in contact with thousands of companies in need of quality employees. Come in now and get the job you deserve.
Express yourself today.
Do you know how to safely dispose of your expired or unused prescription and non-prescription medications? Not by flushing them down the toilet or putting them in the garbage. Doing so pollutes our rivers, streams, and drinking water supply. Take it to the box instead for safe, secure disposal. It's easy. Bring your unused medications in their original containers to the drop-off locations listed on the screen and drop them in the Take It to the Box drop box. Proper disposal of unwanted medications keeps them out of the hands of children and out of our environment. This is a message from the Safe and Drug-Free Coalition of Steele County.
Hi, I'm Doug Johnson with the Owatonna Business Incubator. We're here to help small businesses start and to grow. We're a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
And we're back with the Owatonna Today Show. We do have with us Mike Tobin and Dee Kirchner. Hello.
Good morning.
Welcome. We're here to talk about Read Around the World. This is a Kiwanis project that kind of wants to get kids reading. Is that right?
That's right. We want to help them with build their vocabularies up.
Good. Mike, why don't you do a quick favor really quickly and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. My name is Mike Tobin, and I've lived in town here since 1975. My wife was secretary at the high school for 20 years, so she knows a lot, and our kids went to high school, so they couldn't get away with much. So we are enjoying retirement now. I'm keeping busy by through the American Legion. There's a Owatonna Top Shots pellet league shooting club for kids up to age 18, open to boys and girls, and we have room for more. And then we helped out, my wife and I helped out at the DECA program through the high school as volunteers. And so that's, and then the Kiwanis Club, of course, is something I've been involved with since 1990 when the club got started.
Okay.
And
Good.
so that's my story.
Good. Well, Dee, let's hear your story a little bit.
My story is I have been here, I'm going on my 26th year in Owatonna. I work at Federated Insurance, have for the last 25 years, and I'm also involved with Civil Air Patrol, which is an organization, an auxiliary of the U.S. Air Force that is for cadets age 12 and up, and adults have no age limit on it. And I'm currently the squadron commander. Other people know me as Grandma Dee at some of the schools because I volunteer there one day a month to help with the students with the reading program or working on math skills or letter skills and that.
Good. Well, let's start with you, Mike, and let's talk a little bit about Read Around the World. This is something that the Kiwanis Club is doing nationally.
It's an international organization, and that's our organizational structure. Kiwanis Club of Owatonna, which is our noon club, is sponsoring the Read Around the World program. This is coming Saturday, February 1st, starting at 10 a.m. and ending with free books and milk and cookies at about 11:30. This event is free and open to the public at the Owatonna Public Library children's area. We welcome preschool kids up to age 8, and for every child, parents can take home a free book to keep. So it's a Kiwanis gift to the kids.
So they come to the library, which they love to do anyway because it's a great library. They get to hear a story being read, they get some milk and cookies, and then they get to go home with a free book.
That's correct.
Why is this important for Kiwanis to do this kind of program, to be giving out these kind of reading program, books and read to the students?
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because we had statistical information that dealt with the facts of a survey was held, and children from a low-income family enters kindergarten with listening vocabulary of 3,000 words.
Okay.
While children from a high-income family enters listening vocabulary of 20,000 words. So we want to help those kids get off to a good start, and that's why we want to help them get involved with a better vocabulary. So obviously preschool kids can't read, so it's the parents that have to do the reading part. But you ask yourself, what do they do with their discretionary income? And if they don't have much, then they might not buy a book. And so we want to give them a free book, get them started. And we wanted Dee involved with our program because she's dealing with visually impaired. And that's an interesting concept. She has a CD book, Mama Don't Allow. And yeah.
And it's, you can get these at the library. They give you the CD, and it prompts the student to be able to listen to it themselves. So if there is a language barrier, the kids can get these at the library and build their reading skills that way.
Like you said, a language barrier, so maybe the parents don't speak English, but they're going to be going into an English school. You go get these books, they're on CD, and then they can hear those English words. And again, like you were saying, Mike, build up that vocabulary. Because I love that. That's such an interesting statistic to me, because the low-income family, they hear their parents say about 3,000 words, the same words over and over. And those parents that have a higher income, they maybe are reading books that introduce them to new words. Marsh. We don't have marshes up here, and here you're talking about the alligator in the marsh. Those are things that they may not have. So it's important for this program that low-income kids know about it, and that the word gets out so they can do those kind of things. Tell me a little bit for yourself, Dee, when you go into the schools and you read to these kids who maybe don't get this kind of reading at home, what kind of impact do you see that have on them?
it's a great impact. They are striving for words. They're striving for history. A lot of the books, in fact, I will also be reading America the Beautiful, which is a song, and it has a history behind it. So I teach them a little bit of the history, and they just love to sit there and read, have somebody read to them. And it's amazing how just showing them that and the opportunities with the books on CD, how they can, go much farther.
Mike, last year, Kiwanis did this as well.
Yes.
How many years do you know how they've been doing this?
We've been doing this since 2005.
Okay, and about how many years books do you give away each year?
Well, this is the second year of giving away free books, and we have we get about 100 books, and then we have about 50 kids show up. And we'd like to have more, so we are trying to reach out. And so excess books go to the WIC program, and that's something, if I have a minute or two, I'd like to talk about. But I'd like to go through the list of readers that we're going to have.
These are people at the library this weekend.
At the library this weekend will be Dee Kirchner, who is our visitor today. We have Kelly Neubauer, which is the president of the Owatonna High School Kiwanis Key Club, which is for high school kids only. And Andy Caldwell, who's our president of our Noon Club, and he works at Wells Fargo Bank. Jim Kiefer, Willow Creek School principal, and Beth Svenby, Washington principal. And Jesse Starks, the Owatonna High School football captain-to-be, so he's coming in here. And so we're excited about having him, and he's going to read a book called Interrupting Chicken. So if you haven't heard that one yet, you're in for a treat. And then Darla Lager, who is the children's librarian, and she reads with enthusiasm. And so each child will receive a free book. And so that's February 1st at 10 to 11 at the Owatonna Public Library.
Good. You talked a little bit about the WIC program. You wanted to mention a little bit more about that. The WIC program is a program through the state that helps people with food, usually.
Yes, that's the whole concept of WIC. And WIC stands for Women, Infants, and Children. And, and it's administered by our local, Steele County staffers. And we did a survey of, and we did a partnership with the Southern Minnesota Initiative Fund, which gave us 200 books. And then we partnered with the Golden K Kiwanis that meets Tuesday mornings. And so by partnering, we got more books to give away. So that was our exciting part of it. So we had 7 of our Kiwanis members participate in 25 different days at the WIC program. And Andy, our president, was one of them. And so it's not about personal growth, but it's about interacting. And when those parents got those free books, it was a blessing.
It made a change in their children's life as well as their own life, being able to give their kids something that normally they couldn't afford.
Right.
And it's really nice. We do have a fantastic library, but if a child falls in love with a book, you have to give that book back. Yeah, so it's nice to be able to have something that they can have all the time, not have to worry about returning it.
Right,
so that's what's amazing thing about this. When the event again is?
This is coming up this Saturday, February 1st, Saturday morning, from 10 until 11:30ish. In there. We have about 7 readers today.
So if you can't make there right at 10, come at 10:30 because there'll still be someone reading and that kind of thing. And then at the end there'll be cookies and milk.
Yeah,
and then
free
books again. And the age is pre-K through 8 years old. That's what your target.
And so your question is, why would I bring kids to preschool kids to an event where we're reading? Well, we want them to come, so we want to encourage them. Anybody that would like to learn more or participate with our Kiwanis Club can join us Wednesday noons at the Elks Club, and we meet weekly most days, and we'd welcome visitors to come and see us and check us out and see if they'd like to help us.
Obviously, if you have a passion for reading. The Kiwanis itself, what else do they stand for? What is I know there's a service organization, but what is their basis?
Well, we serve children in the world, around the world, and that's why I enjoy it and participate in it. And I've been involved since 1990, so but it's a volunteer thing.
Good.
So.
Do you yourself are very busy?
Yes,
you work full time. You're the Civil Air Patrol, and yet you volunteer. Why is that so important for you to take some more of your busy time and do those kind of things?
Because it's the people that are going to be the next people of the country.
Okay, good. I want to thank you so much for your time today. Really appreciate it. And I hope you do have a great day today. Enjoy this frigid weather.
Oh boy, it's cold out there today.
We'll be right back. Please stay with us.
Hi, Warren Abraham Consulting Technologies, your one-stop technology shop. We support the Owatonna Today Show.
Owatonna Public Utilities, real people, real reliable, real progress. Making life a little easier day after day, taking pride in our community, listening to what you say, a voice you can talk to. We're growing with you in mind in everything we do. Owatonna Public Utilities.
And we're back with the Owatonna Today Show. We are going to look at some of your community announcements, what's going on in your area. It's a Winter Wonderland Gala this Saturday at 6 p.m. at the Owatonna Country Club. $50 is the ticket, and all proceeds will benefit the early childhood and family education. Evening includes cocktail hour, dinner, raffle, and live music brought to you by Tonic Solfa. If you want more information, you can call Kristen at 507-213-0787. And it's the first annual Daddy-Daughter Dance coming up Saturday, February 8th from 5 to 9. It's at the Owatonna Elks Club. This is a fundraising event for the Owatonna Public Schools, and it is $65 per couple. The girls, they're asking for 5 to 12 years old, the age range for this Daddy-Daughter Dance. It's going to be a great opportunity. Photograph and dinner will be included. You can call for more information at 444-7900. A night of mystery and intrigue worth millions. You may be an heir to the estate. It's called The Murder of a Millionaire, and your presence is requested Saturday, February 15th at 5:30 for the social hour. This is presented by the Steele County Clothesline. It's a black tie affair to show that you care. It's a great opportunity to see murder mystery and have a great dinner, and that is $100 per person. You can contact the Steele County Clothesline for more information. Riverbend Nature Center now rents cross-country skis to the public. Boots, poles also. The rental department is open Monday through Friday from 9:30 until 4, and on Saturday from 9:30 to 3. And ski rentals cost, including bowls, is $5 for members and $10 for non-members. A great way for you to get out and enjoy the wintertime. Thank you so much for joining us. We will see you on Wednesday. Have a good day.